Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Accord 2-litre Executive, and it's the automatic version. Car's registered RA55RZC, and mileage at the start of this road test is a wonderfully low 48,163 miles. Reason for the road test, as I say in all of our videos, very simply, is just that we want customers to see the cars actually in operation. That way, if there's any issues with the car, we can and we will relay them back to you. We've gone to see cars many hundreds of miles away, and only to find out that even though we'd asked the question whether there was anything wrong, there was a fundamental fault which we clearly should have been told about on the vehicle. It can be enormously frustrating and a huge waste of your time, so hence that's why we do it. Road test also done on exactly the same very quiet road test, roads just outside our premises, so hopefully it will be representative of what you'd feel yourself. So coming to the car itself, just a very brief background to this one. I know this car very well indeed, actually, because I did a video of it about 3 or 4 months ago. A lovely lady bought the car from us. She bought it on 45,000 miles. It's now up to the 48 it currently is on. Reason for her changing is nothing to do with the car not being good. Quite the opposite. She's absolutely devastated that the car has got to go because she's emigrating, and it's a must that the car is sold. So hence that's why we're selling the car for her. Obviously, it comes from us, so it comes with warranty in exactly the same way as all our cars do. So, car itself. Engine, with such a low mileage, mechanically you'd expect it to be good, and certainly given the service history of the vehicle, that would suggest all is in fine fettle, and it certainly is. Engine starts absolutely instantly, settles to a very smooth idle, pulls so sweetly. It's a lovely engine. For those that don't know, it is cam chain driven. There's no cam belts on these, and nothing to worry about in that respect. But it's just the way the engine operates. It's just very smooth, very refined, and very good on fuel for the type of car it is. Worth pointing out, there's absolutely no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The only light on currently is for low fuel, which obviously I'll attend to. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, petrol, diesel or otherwise. So engine's absolutely spot on. Gearbox of the vehicle, Honda automatic gearbox. I mean, they do these things brilliantly well. Very smooth shifting. Feels absolutely tight as a drum. Gear changes there, you can hardly feel it. It's so smooth. And the next one, again, incredibly smooth. It really is fabulous gearbox. Having said that, I always recommend people do the same tests that I do, regardless of mileage. And that's to, when it's up to temperature, just pop it into neutral and then select drive and then subsequently reverse, and just see if there's any delays or thumps in engagement, which would suggest possible internal gearbox wear. But all is in very fine order on this one, and the gear changes on the move again, absolutely superb. So in terms of the powertrain of the vehicle, spot on, can't fault it. Steering of the car, tracks absolutely bullet straight. Sorry for wearing my rubber gloves today. I've just been out cleaning, so if it looks slightly odd with my rubber gloves in the video, I do apologise, I forgot to take them off. But yeah, tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel of the vehicle at all, at this or any speed that I'm allowed to travel at. Steering's also wonderfully precise, and it's of a vintage that I absolutely adore. Before Honda, like pretty much every manufacturer, went to electric power steering, which is, it's accurate, but it's pretty much devoid of feel. This has genuine feel, so if you like your driving, you'll love the power steering on this car. It's a wonderful setup. Also can't find any wear in it at all. It feels absolutely as tight as a drum. Suspension on the vehicle, again, what I'm looking for on these road tests, very simply, is just signs of any kind of wear underneath the car, any sort of clonks or bangs that shouldn't really be there. And that's actually why I got this particular section of road, because it's got a particularly poor surface. So if anything's going to resonate through into the car, it certainly will up here. But again, all is absolutely fine. You'll hear it going over the bumps quite normally, but there's none of those sort of nasty little metallic clunks from underneath the vehicle. What the videos can't impart, of course, is what a brilliant chassis this car's got. I think it's just world class. Very comfortable riding, brilliant body control and damping on the suspension, and incredibly accurate to drive these cars. It's a wonderful, wonderful setup on them. I really feel as though it's one of the very best that Honda ever came up with. By luck or otherwise, they did it, but it's truly brilliant. It gives you the comfort for long distance travel and over pretty much all surfaces, but gives you the more enthusiastic drivers, a bit of fun in the car as well. Just checking the cruise control function, all working exactly as it should, so that's all spot on. Looking around inside the car, I mean, with such a low mileage, you'd expect it to be good, but it's not always actually a given. Sometimes some people are a bit heavy-handed in the way they kind of operate things in cars, or don't keep them particularly clean. This one hasn't been valeted yet, and I remember it when I gave it to the lady last time, how clean the vehicle was, and it same again. It's in beautiful, beautiful condition in here. Superbly built car as well. I mean, this is genuine, real-world build quality. We're talking a car that's, nearly 13 years old or so, regardless of mileage. But there's not a hint of a buzz or a squeak or a trim rattle from inside the car. It's fantastically well made. Being an executive car, of course, almost trim level, that means the car's very well equipped. Obviously, you've got the multi-play CD player. You've got dual zone climate control, which works from side to side, so you can have different temperatures for the passenger and the driver. All working absolutely beautifully. Heated seats, again, I've got those on currently and working absolutely exactly as they should. What the video doesn't get across, of course, is just the quality of the switchgear, which is extraordinarily good as well. Come across the main dashboard binnacle, all working perfectly, all the pixelation and all the readouts absolutely as it should be. Lovely, clear, legible display on there as well. Steering wheel looks, feels pretty much as new in hand as well. If you wanted a test of just how genuine the mileage is, just look at the steering wheel. There's no paint worn off, the leather works all good. It is very, very fine indeed. Just to come back to the gearbox, I do apologise because I've completely forgot. You can operate these gearboxes in a manual mode, although you're not using a clutch. Gear lever down here, just tap it to the right hand side. They'll then select its corresponding forward gear, because you can do it at any speed. I'm currently in 5th gear. If I want to change down, I'll just pull the gear lever back down, and it goes into 4th, pull it back down again, down to 3rd, and then forward for up the gears. Working absolutely brilliantly. What I love about that system, of course, is that you can use it for manoeuvres, particularly when you're overtaking. I've always thought, the problem with gearboxes, they don't have eyes, they can't see what's coming ahead, they don't really know what you're doing. So if you're going to overtake something like a tractor and you put your foot down to go around, if you momentarily lift the throttle just as a fraction, the gearbox pretty much straight away wants to change up a gear, which can be absolutely terrifying when you've got halfway around a car or a tractor to overtake something, because you then instantly want to boot the thing down to get kicked down. There's a couple of delays on that, but operating in manual mode, you can choose when the gearbox changes. You can hold it in gear for longer. It just works brilliantly well. Coming back to the car inside itself, as I said, it is in fabulous condition. I love these cars, always have done. I make no apologies for it either. The video is meant to be critical, so if I'm here to pick up on any sort of issues on the car, then I can and will, but there's nothing on it. It drives absolutely beautifully. Whoever is lucky enough to have this one as their next car will be buying a lovely car, and I've been tasked with finding a good owner for it. I think the lady was very keen that whoever got the car would be someone who'd appreciate exactly what it is, because I say she genuinely has loved it, and that's not just salesmanship. That is absolutely the case, and something she would clearly verify. obviously, as I always say, if I've missed something on the video, please don't hesitate, do give me a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have.